Friends, I welcome you to my channel. Before listening to this story, I will ask you to like and subscribe. It is not difficult for you, but it is pleasant for me. And we're starting. All the characters in the story who enter into intimate relationships are over 18 years old. There is some truth in many of my stories, and this one is no different. My former cheater at one point tried to accuse me of her infidelity. Seriously? As she said then, "You broke me too well. If burning a fool's stories is not yours, then go somewhere else." Your thoughts and comments are always welcome. I came across this photo by accident. My wife has been traveling a lot on business for 4 years. I was left alone for several weeks. I spent many lonely hours watching adult movies online. That's where I found him. There was no need to see her face. Her antique wedding service was quite unique. Her late mother's wedding ring on her finger only added to the evidence. The necklace was her last Christmas present from me. The mesh doublet was a gift for my birthday. There was no condom in sight. Sandra does not use contraceptives. We only see each other 10 days a month. We haven't had sexual intercourse in 2 months. My rage was almost complete. Using my extensive computer skills, I found the same photo on 3 different adult websites, with the original being on the dating site Search for Friends. My life is over. I called her, but no one answered her cell phone or Skype. I called her at the hotel, but her phone number went unanswered. I started calling her colleagues who were supposed to be with her, but they all denied knowing about her whereabouts. I sent her an email to follow up on my frantic voicemails to get in touch with me. A family incident, a matter of life and death. After 30 minutes of no response, I asked her hotel to send someone to her room. After 10 minutes, my cell phone rang. "Hey, honey, what's wrong? Check your email." I clicked send and forwarded the photo to her. "Oh my God. Don't say another word. Pack up your stuff and get on a plane today." "Honey, I can't. If you're afraid of losing your job, don't worry. Just pack your things and come back here in a few hours." "I can't. I'm sending photos to all your work contacts." "What?" "The morality clause in your employment contract. By 8 in the morning, you won't have your precious job anymore. Get on the fucking plane." I hung up the phone and started preparing for her arrival. At 8:05 a.m., I received a text message from her CEO. He informed me that my wife was fired immediately and apologized for the fact that her behavior discredited her, our marriage, and the company. He stated bluntly, "She will never hold such a position again." I couldn't help but laugh at that pun. At 8:15, I called her, straight to her voicemail. I saw that I had a message with the details of her flight. I ordered an Uber to pick her up and bring her home. At 10 minutes past 10, she came to the front door. I wonder what her first thoughts were when the key didn't work. She rang the bell, and I waited a few minutes before opening the door. "Please, honey, let me explain." Her gaze swept across the living room. All her things were neatly stacked in boxes. "Sit down, you fucking whore." Sandra sat in silence. No tears, no signs of remorse. "What a bitch. You can stay here long enough to clean up your shit. You're not leaving this room. You're not going to talk to me. No explanation is possible. So make some phone calls and get out of my house. You must want to know why." I went into the kitchen and poured myself another cup of coffee. "Leave your rings on the side table. Now that you mention it, I wonder what your fucking mother would think of you right now." Sobbing could be heard from the next room. I didn't care. I reloaded for the next shot. "If the doorbell rings, open it. It will be for you." Yes, there was that sound again, definitely a sob. Tears at last, although I'm sure she didn't shed them because of our marriage. As if on cue, the doorbell rang. Sandra opened it and saw her father. His eyes were burning with righteous fire. I heard a slap in the face from the other side of the house. "From now on, you have no family. Live on the streets, that's how whores like you survive, right? Dad, please. Your mother would die if she heard about it. Thank God she's already gone. As we speak, your sister is cutting you out of our lives. And no one will lift a finger to help you." He turned and walked away. I know his heart was tearing apart. I heard Sandra sit back down in her chair. The uncontrollable crying was almost music to my ears. About 20 minutes later, the bell rang again. I didn't even move to answer. I heard her get up and drag herself towards him. "Father Mike." "I don't." "Sandra White, I am here to inform you that from now on you are banned from all parish activities, including confession. Based on everything I know, I will be meeting with the Archbishop to issue a bull of excommunication. New. Father Mike closed the door himself. I don't know how long she lay by the door. To be honest, I didn't care. Every sob was like a breath rushing into my lungs. Every scream was a jolt to my heart. After finishing my coffee, I went to the door and saw that Sandra was still lying there. I bent down, picked her up in my arms, and led her to the couch. I put it down carefully and stared at the woman I once loved. There was nothing there now. No love, no hate, just emptiness. Sandra Nicole Dean White, your career is ruined. Your family has disowned you. Your church has abandoned you. Can you say that your life is over now? She lay staring into space. She was broken beyond measure. For several minutes, nothing seemed to move in her. Then a simple yes followed. Then it's all right. Sandra, now tell me, did you make love to another man last night? Yes. Did you make love to other men when you were traveling? Yes. Did you make love to a man every night when you were traveling? Yes. Have you ever used condoms? No. How did you not get pregnant? I have it. The diaphragm. Now answer, Sandra. Why? Because I didn't have you. Are you kidding me? It took me a while to get my rage under control. I got up and walked around the house for about an hour before returning to the living room. I've had other lovers before you. The first time you and I made love, we made love. Deep, strong, meaningful love. This has never happened to me before. The months leading up to my promotion were the happiest of my life. Then I had to travel so much. It was killing me to be away from you. I needed you, your touch, your love. I missed you so much that I started doing terrible things to fill the void. And then I couldn't stop. Bullshit. Why didn't you ever tell me anything? We were trying to save up to have a child. We needed my income so much. I couldn't back down until we had saved enough for me to stop working. So you were lonely and selfish. Have you ever wondered what I was doing while you were gone for 3 weeks every month? I tried not to think about how lonely you are. I was trying to drown out my guilt with this whole thing. Oh my God, honey, there were so many men there. Are you so sure they were all disease-free? Everyone had medical certificates, like this one. I handed over the letter form that I had downloaded from the Swingers website. All I had to do was fill out my personal information. I wonder how many people currently with HIV have been fooled in this way? Sandra studied the form and broke down and cried again. I'm going to the clinic later today. If I show signs of venereal disease, I will kill you. Do you understand? Please, God, honey, please kill me now. Please erase my soul from existence. Free me from this guilt and shame. Please kill me. No, I won't get my hands dirty with someone like you. However, there is another option. Sandra sat up and looked at me. I don't know if it was hope or despair. I reached behind my back, took her grandfather's revolver, and put it on the coffee table in front of her. I'm offering you a cowardly way out. I'm not going to kill you, but I'm going to sit here and watch you kill yourself. Do you have the strength to finish this now? Sandra, do you really want an easy way out? Sandra stared at the gun for what seemed like hours. I saw the determination on her face. She leaned forward, grabbed the weapon, and pressed it to her right temple. Tears flooded her eyes as she looked at me for that, and she knew it must be the last time. Please try to forgive me. I've been so terrible with you. Find a way to move on without me. Please know that I am very sorry and I love you. Sandra closed her eyes and pulled the trigger. In the confined space, the shot sounded unusually loud. Sandra went limp, and the gun slipped out of her hand. I picked up my cell phone and dialed 911. Hello. My wife just tried to shoot herself,